What's going on, guys? This is Rob with Rock Guitar School. One of the first bands that I saw was Metallica, and I was just like absolutely blown away when I saw them. It was a life-changing experience as far as like what I wanted. Honestly, like you hear it, it's like an old cliche as far as like guitar players or any like rock musician. You know, they always say, like back in the day, like, oh, I saw Kiss or any of those types of bands. You know, for me it was Metallica. So like I saw them and it was just like I couldn't believe like a band could sound like that. Like I had been listening to them prior. Like I bought like Injustice for All, and you know that was the tour that I saw them on. I mean, this is going way back. So like I think I was like in like fifth grade or something like this. So you know, my dad took me to the concert, and you know I had the T-shirt. I got a T-shirt and the whole nine, and I couldn't believe like a band could sound like that. And I had been listening to this CD for a long time, so you know, sometimes when you see a band live, like it doesn't sound like, to me it was like better. Like I couldn't believe they could actually play it like live, you know, because it was like so fast on the record. And I don't even think I had any other CDs at that point. You know, it's like, well, I had other CDs, but nothing by Metallica. So, you know, it was really like that first band that really like kicked it in for me. So, you know, fast forward to basically like the riff that I'm covering today. This isn't a complete video of how to play Enter Sandman. This is basically just going to be the intro riff. I may go back and do a complete video. I do know how to play the whole thing, including the solo. So, you know, if you'd like to see me play that, I might put that together. However, like I said in the previous video, this is going to be like kind of maybe 10 to 12 minutes long, very concise videos. You know, again, if you want to learn a quick riff, this is the place to come for that. Getting back to my Metallica story, we saw the concert, and I got the T-shirt. I wore that T-shirt out, like, I think by the end of it, I mean, it looked like a dish rag. It was just like ripped up and like holes in it. I just love the band so much. I mean, you ask anybody that I knew back then or now, I mean, I still do love the band, even with all the different changes and all the different lineups that they had. I'm just, you know, it just comes down to like, just, you know, no matter, like, that's what, like, I think, like, when you truly love something, when you truly love a band, like, you'll stick with them no matter what. I mean, I gotta be honest, in the mid 90s, I wasn't into that load stuff, although I do listen to it now, and I think it's actually really cool. They went so far, you know, beyond what I, you know, grew up with, or like the reason like why I like them. So to this riff, you know, they came out with the Black Album after Injustice for All, and I remember going to downtown and getting the CD, and like I was just like, we were waiting months and months and months for this thing to come out. So we got it, and I remember, you know, Enter Sandman was premiering. Like, this was back when MTV like actually played videos. It's crazy that they don't do that anymore. I don't know why, but you know, Enter Sandman had been playing on MTV, and you know, it was pretty obvious, like, the sound that they were going for. I was expecting, okay, like, Enter Sandman was going to be the lead track. And to be honest with you, like, I wasn't, like, a huge fan of this song. Like, when it came out, I was just like, God, because I like Injustice for All and, like, Master of Puppets and all, like, the original, like the first three albums, basically. But I was like, I still wanted to, you know, I still wanted to believe, you know? Not that I didn't like the song, it was just like, they just really went, you know, another way. So I remember getting the CD and putting it in. I remember with like a friend of mine, we listened to the whole thing, and it took me a few times. Like, I love the Black Album now, like, but it wasn't that like back in the day. It wasn't like Injustice for All. It wasn't Master of Puppets at all. So, but it got Metallica to the forefront, basically. Like, I remember, I mean, back then, like, I mean, even now, like, they're still like the top band. I think, you know, some people say rock is dead, but I don't believe so. I mean, go to any of these shows. Go to a Metallica show. No, that's not it's just not true, you know? Like, you see the millions of people. I mean, this isn't just in America. I mean, it's all over the world. And they're still, I mean, if they played a show, you know, tomorrow, I mean, and tickets went on sale, would sell out today. But this riff, you know, it was one of those riffs that I learned early on. And going back, I actually played it at like my first real gig. I mean, I call it my real gig because it was like the first time I really played anywhere. I actually think I did like a small thing. Like when I was in junior high school, I remember playing Iron Man. I think with the same drummer, and yeah, that was fun. I just remember being really nervous. So like sometimes when that happens, like I can't remember it too well. So, but I do remember wearing my mom's leather pants in that first performance. But I kind of didn't. I don't know. This, like when I played this one, it was almost like, okay. Like, I remember people coming up to me, like one of my best friends called me like after the show, and it was just like, oh my god, that was awesome. So again, this kind of got me rolling into the whole thing. Like, this particular riff, I mean, is definitely a classic, and I think I'm going to do a lot of these types of videos where, you know, we're playing the classic riffs, and it's just like the intro, the main riff of the song. So, too much talking. That was a long rant, but like, you know, this is more of, you know, not just about playing guitar, it's about, you know, storytelling. So, you know, everybody's got a story. You know, if I just sat here and played, you know, notes on the guitar, the whole video, I mean, you can go to I'm sure there's thousands of videos on how to play Enter Sandman. So, I don't know. It's fun to listen to, I guess. So, this riff, Kirk Hammett, I think, he got it from, Ice-T song. I think it was what was the band that he had? Body Count. So Body Count, I can't remember like what song it was. I don't even think I've ever heard it, but I remember reading an article where Kirk Hammett basically came up with this riff, like, and it was basically from a Body Count song, similar. So this is how the main riff goes, right? So we're going to start off on the low E. So what you're going to do is you put your first finger on the second fret of the A string, which is the 5th string, and then the second fret of the D string. So I just bar it, like I just take my first finger and just go across like this. I mean, you could use your middle and third. I don't do that, I just kind of just one finger. And then it's going to be a slide up to the 9th. So it's going to be, so 2 downs, down, down. So you're sliding. Oops. So, I mean, wherever you want to slide up from, sometimes if I think about it, playing it too much, I can't do it. So just do it until like slide up to that 9th fret, like. Maybe starting on the 4th fret. So you're sliding right into that 9th fret, and that's going to be an E. That sounds like Black Sabbath right there. Middle finger on the 6th fret of the low E, and then first finger on the 5th fret of the low E. And then you're going to do that palm mute. So it's going to be a low chug. I'm going to kind of demonstrate this palm muting. So I think I might do another video on this, like palm muting in general, but this is what I'm doing, like as far as palm muting goes. So I have my you know, my palm basically like this, the very edge of my hand right there. So it's gonna be like right on the bridge. So that's something you can practice too. You know, when I used to do the one-on-one lessons, like I would just give lessons. All right, just practice palm muting, like with the quarter note, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So, you know, quarter note is 1 beat, so it's just right on the beat. So if there's 4 beats per measure, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So open, like when you start out, so twice. So then you're gonna choke or palm mute. So you just palm mute and then twice. So then the final little riff in there is basically this. It's power chords on the 3rd fret and the 2nd fret of the low E. So you're gonna play the on the 3rd fret right there, the low E. So then you're gonna palm mute as well. So pick down, and then low E is gonna be palm muted. So then after the palm mute, you're gonna go to the 2nd fret. So it's gonna be like. So then you're gonna go off with your 1st finger. So, right? You just see that? And then you're gonna go 2nd fret and then up to the 3rd again. So. And then back down. So that to me, I mean, that is so like back in the day when like Metallica was playing more of that, which is a style I feel like they invented. Like there was a lot of bands at that time playing like what's called thrash. So that is definitely more thrash. So like I think maybe that part was kind of like the hook a little bit for me. Like, it still sounds like Metallica. It sounds different, but it's still got that kind of crunchiness to it. Actually, I'm not sure if I said this. So you're better off just palm muting that same thing. So like all the way through, like just the 1st chord. So just palm mute all the way through to the end right there. This one went a little long, guys. I hope that made sense to you. If there's any questions or anything, like even if a suggestion for future videos, I'd love to hear what you think of the video, and you know, if there's anything else that you'd like to see from my channel. So as always, guys, I really appreciate you sticking around and watching this video. Please, if you have a chance, guys, if you could like and then hit subscribe, I would really appreciate it. All right, guys, have an awesome day, guys. See you later.